guys, welcome to my vlog. This is Vidal Adrianne from Confly, Section A. This vlog is about art. What is art for me? Art has been a part of our life for as long as humanity has existed. For thousands of years, people have been creating, criticizing, and enjoying art. It can serve many purposes in life. It may be some hobby for some people, or for some, it may be a pastime only. Art may be a way to explore your world or your imagination. Art may inspire a beginning painter to take steps into learning a new medium. Or maybe for some accomplished artists to make an experiment with a new technique. Art is teaching, art is learning, art can be exciting. Art can be anything and everything you let it be. The best way for me to describe art is by using drawings or canvas painting inside my room, like this. Every painting, drawing, or sculpture, it comes from an artist's mind, making it unique and personal. It is agreeable that we are surrounded by art, and also rely it on our daily routine. When we enter someone's home, it is difficult to stop ourselves to appreciate the way the living room is decorated. Art is everywhere, influencing us on a daily basis, whether we realizing it or not. With the art that we are surrounded by, whether it's a painting, music, or even videos, can have a huge impact on our mood and emotions. All kinds of art can affect our mood in a positive way, making us feel happier, calmer, or even inspired to do something. That is just the reason why art is so valuable. While art may not be a vital to fulfill our basic needs, it does make life joyful. When you look at a painting or poster you've been chosen to hang on your living room wall, you feel happy. Some art may be dark, or some may be sad. It depends on who's making the art. Excuse. No, that's all. Thank you.
Define what art means to me. Art is a means to state an opinion or a feeling, or else to create a different view of the earth. Whether it be inspired by the work of their people, of something invented that's entirely new. Number 2. How will you know if something is art to you? Share my own opinion. When I talk about art, I can easily imagine the people around me, my family, the nature, and the things that is happening around me. What God has given to us human beings, so what we can see the beauty of what He created, named Earth.
Hello ma'am, good evening po. Para po dun sa activity natin na define what an art to me. So, para sa akin ma'am, ang art general po yan eh. Depende na lang kung paano mo titignan yung isang bagay, kung art ba ito o hindi. So, para sa akin ma'am, art, makikita mo siya kung saan. So, sabi nga nila, art is everywhere. Depende na lang kung paano mo ito i-apply sa sarili mo. Kung may represent ba ng isang picture o yung bagay na yon na para sa'yo art. Pero depende pa rin po yan sa tao. So, para sa akin po, personal definition ko po ng art is yung pagiging creative mo, sariling imagination mo ng design, sariling thinking mo na kung paano mo i-represent. So, di ba ma'am, marami naman po tayong napag-usapan dun sa topic natin na sabi nga po ng mga klase na ang art is depende na nga lang talaga po kung paano mo titignan. So, para sa akin po, paano ko malalaman kung isang art ba yung isang bagay? So, ako po kasi minimalistic akong tao. So, gusto ko lang simple. Ayoko nang masyadong maraming design, colors. Like for example, graffiti. Hindi ko po masyadong titignan yung graffiti na maganda if maraming ginamit na colors. Parang gusto ko lang ng black and white, gray, blue, sky blue, yung mga matingkad sa mata tapos kaaya-aya. Pero ma'am, yung parang rainbow na graffiti, parang para sa akin po hindi maganda, pero opinion ko lang naman po yun. So, definition ko po ng art, yun nga po ma'am, dapat creative. Hindi naman dapat maganda yung skills mo, although dapat meron kang skills. Pero if you're trying to put an effort para ma-achieve mo yung gusto mong art na naiisip mo or nai-imagine mo, makakamit mo naman yun by practicing. Then, para sa akin ma'am, hindi naman ako masyadong magaling mag-drawing. Hindi nga po ako magaling mag-drawing talaga. Pero, nakikita ko ang mga bagay as an art. Walang pangit po para sa akin. Kasi, hindi naman po lahat ng tao is pare-pares mag-isip. Meron nude art. Meron pong mga aesthetics. Yung napag-usapan nga po natin. So, napili ko po parang sa akin, nare-represent ko po yung sarili ko as minimalistic person. So, gusto ko lang po yung simple. Hindi masyadong makulay. Basta, hindi naman sasabing attractive, pero yung isang art na yun is simple lang pero malakas yung dating. Yun ma'am, para sa akin, yun po yung art. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Andre Bayan. This is about the video presentation about what is an art view. Art is generally understood as any activity or product done by people with a communicative or aesthetic purpose. Something that expresses an idea, an emotion. It is a component of culture. It is a component of culture reflecting economic and social substrates in its design. So art is basically everywhere. For example, paintings, drawings, sculpture, buildings, cars, etc. When I think of the word art, first thing that comes to my mind about art is whatever I found in an art gallery. Those paintings made by our bare hands, looking at different things around me, made me think that why could one piece of work be considered art and for others not? Most of us found how difficult to define what is art. But for me, art is consist of shareable ideas that have a shareable emotional impact, which means that art need not produce beautiful object or events, since a great since a great piece of art could arouse emotions other than those aroused by beauty, as laughter, where we make meaning beyond language. It's a means of communication where language is not sufficient to explain or describe its content. So art, like every other idea, is completely is completely personal and should not be personal dictated by popular opinion. So that's all. Thank you.
I think on earth is one of the stars which I can express my feelings. Or the works like dancing, drawing, and more, they base on the feelings of oneself. For instance, when it is time for drawing, there is a person who has talents on drawing. He is recognized as talented drawer because he has his own way to express a method that matches with what he imagined. He might be having good skills naturally or with a lot of effort. We cannot follow what he does because it is based on what he felt and thought. We have our own ways to design and implement, so we can be an artist with our feelings also. If a given topic is to draw depression, then all the outcomes from people will not be same because the drawers do not have same emotions and feelings from each other. So there will be a unique output depending on who draws. We know that there are parts where we are talented on. We can create our own distinctive results, and they can be an art for others as well if we base on our feelings and emotions. I feel something is an art when I have an impression on it. When someone says I got impression from something, then I can mean that it is an art for him. He might be realized something or immersed in. The impression can come in different ways depending on people because everyone has their own interests and interpretations with same situation. Furthermore, all the people having different perspectives for their insights. For instance, I'm really a big fan of football. When I see attracting and wonderful skills, shots, and plays, I say it is an art for me because it made me to feel impression and gives motivation to play football. Others could say that it is not an art, but I can strongly assert my opinion because it gave me a shock. Also, when I feel shocked, I become more focused to the source where I got impression because it came from my interests. Since all the people have different interests, it will differ where they think arts exist. Others could deny what I say, but the fact is, I can also not understand what others say.
Magandang araw, magandang gabi, aming guro. Ang sining para sa akin ay isang magandang bagay na nakikita mo araw-araw. Mula sa iyong pagdilat ng mga mata hanggang sa pagpikit. Sa aming mga piloto, makakita ka ng iba't ibang uri ng sining sa mga ulap. Makakita ka rito ng iba't ibang hugis o mga larawan na kumukorte rito. Habang ikaw naman ay tumingin sa ilalim, makakita ka rin ng mga larawan lalong-lalo na ang mga sculpture na tinayo upang makita sa ere. At sa habang pang-araw-araw mo naman, kung ikaw ay naglalakad, nagmamasid-masid lang, makakita ka pa rin ng sining. Halimbawa na rito, ang mga puno o ang mga pininta ng mga tao sa mga pader. Kung ikaw naman ay bumabiyahe, makakita ka rin ng sining sa mga paligid. Lalong-lalo na kung ikaw ay may sasakyan. Kung nakikinig ka ng mga iba't ibang musika, masasabi mo rin itong sining. Hinalimbawa nila ito sa hugis na bilog. Ang mga common na bahay ngayon ay makakita ka rin ng iba't ibang uri ng design galing sa mga arkitekto. Hinaluan nila ito ng makabuluhang pag-iisip upang mapaganda ang bahay ng mga taong titira dito. Hinalimbawa nila ito sa hugis na bilog. Ang mga common na bahay ngayon ay makakita ka rin ng iba't ibang uri ng design galing sa mga arkitekto. Hinaluan nila ito ng makabuluhang pag-iisip upang mapaganda ang bahay ng mga taong titira dito. Ang gumawa nitong USB na to ay binase niya sa isang susi ng sasakyan. Kung mapapansin niyo, ma'am, ang utak ng gumawa nito ay binase niya sa isang art. Kung nasa loob ka man lang ng iyong bahay, marami kang makikitang art na ginawa. Mula sa mga appliances, ang halimbawa na doon ay rice cooker. Napaisip ka na ba, ma'am, kung bakit hindi ginawang square or other design ang rice cooker? Dahil pinasimple lang nila na ito ay bilog dahil para mas malawak ang laman nito. At yun ay isang matatawag na sining na yan ang aking mga idea kung ano ang sining. Tatapusin ko na po ang aking mga nalalaman tungkol sa sining. Maraming salamat, ma'am. Magandang araw, magandang gabi sa'yo.
Hi, my name is John Dave Santos from Comfly, 3rd year, Section A, and I'm here to tell you about my personal definition of an art. So for me, an art is something that can speak louder than words, can gratefully move more than actions. Art is actually everything that you can see, hear, or feel around you. Can you imagine a life without an art? On the other hand, how about an art without a life? Did you notice how art is related to our life and at the same time how life is related to an art? In your everyday life, it's very impossible that you will never encounter any art forms or any artworks. From the music you are listening, from your phone, from every images you see along the streets, the books or any other written works that you read, and every house or building designs that you see as you walk or travel every day. All of that is what's called an art. All artists or creators express their emotions through an art. These emotions give the unique quality of an art, and amazingly, that is how an art creates its own life. Like I said, everything can be an art as long as it has connections and emotions that any viewer or spectator can relate into. Beauty of an art is in the eye of the beholder. Maybe other people can see the beauty in a simple chunk of wood, or maybe other people may not. Art will not force you to love and appreciate its beauty, because the true beauty of art will unconsciously pick its own destined beholder that will appreciate its every beauty and flaws. You don't need to be a professional painter, singer, writer, model, or even actor in order for you to express yourself through an art. As long as you put all your emotions, love, and passion in your any kind of artwork, you will be amazed on how these things give life and beauty to your masterpiece. At the end of the day, the judgment of other people will not determine the success of your artwork, but instead, the fulfillment in your heart will define how successful your artwork is. Art may have a lot of meaning and deeper explanation that no any other dictionary can define. But for me, I consider myself as an art that is created and molded through the hands of a true great artist, that only him can define and explain the true meaning of myself as his great masterpiece.
Andy Warhol for Marilyn Monroe, Pablo Picasso for Guernica, Vincent van Gogh, The Starry Night, Leonardo da Vinci for Mona Lisa, Michelangelo, The Pieta, Henri Matisse, Jackson Pollock, and Claude Monet. These are examples of famous names that we always hear when talking about collections that cost millions of dollars and comes with a whopping price in insurance. They are the artists that gave life to art collection industry and inspired also small artists to strive hard. The art they made make every collector famous and proud. Who will not be famous for acquiring those artworks when only few individuals has a million to spare for those kind of artworks? And we all know that only company owners, multi-millionaire, billionaires can only afford it. There are many kinds of art that is very common that we already know about it, like sculptures, paintings, music, movies, and more. Art is what we see beautiful, creative, and pleasing into the eyes. Appreciating an art is a talent too. There are many arts that are appreciated by many because they do not know what a true meaning of a masterpiece. Our life, for example, is an art made by God, and we are His subject. We are the one who decide of what role we are playing in that art, because we have our own choice of who we are to be in his masterpiece. There are many forms of art that is popping around the world, but my most favorite art is painting. We can tell that something is an art when the maker of it gave his time, passion, creativity, and hard work to it. It is already considered an art. An art is not just through drawings, sculptures, music, paintings can be expressed, but also to what we do in our everyday lives. For example, the art of farming to our farmers, the art of fishing to our fishermen, and the art of building buildings to our builders. In this, it makes our world full of art, and it is just within us how we understand and interpret those art. It is not how much the art collection costs, but it is how we treasure and give importance to it. Because every art is priceless, and not all are yet discovered and appreciated by many. Wait for a moment to come and just continue making art.
Hi guys! Gulat kayo no? Intro lang yun. So, I would like to start this video by showing these pictures to you. This one, and this one. So as you can see, these pictures are called arts, right? So, what is art? Art is an articulation of humans where they express their feelings, emotions, ideas from their minds. Art came from the word craft and came from the Latin word ars, meaning book learnings. We all know that art is just paintings, images, designs, but every line, shapes, or abstract form of it has meaning for them. So, arts can be classified in many different ways, like music, act, and more. Many of us doesn't even have an idea of the meaning of arts. In our daily life, as you can see, suddenly we make arts, right? Like, for example, you're singing. You're singing because of the music. You're driven by its tone. Then you feel it's, I don't know, I don't know what kind of music is. For example, rock, pop, jazz, and then other example. For example, you were singing the My Heart Will Go On from Celine Dion. For me, when I'm singing that song, I feel like I'm sad because not the lyrics, but the tone of it. It's sad. It's lonely like that. Then art is everywhere. Yeah, we all know that saying, right? Yes, that's true. Yourself is kind of art because it defines who you are and what you are. In terms of your physical, emotions, and mental structure. It describes your inside and outside of yourself. And also it reflects your personality. Another example of arts is environment. For example, whenever you saw or looking at a tree or something like part of the environment comes first into your mind. Like for example, this tree express that it is clean or something, it's green. Then my idea is how important is our mother nature is. So Another example for me is dancing. So whenever I dance, I slay or something. It expresses my feeling. Whenever I dance like without energy or something, not happy, I tell that I'm not happy, I'm sad because I don't have any energy to release whenever I'm dancing. If I'm dancing like super energetic or something, every sharp movements of my body it has can be determined as I'm excited, I'm happy, or I want to win this game. For example, the competition, right? So that's all. That's art for me. So that's all I can share about art for me. I hope you've enjoyed watching this movie. Thank you.